Hello everybody, Corey here. I am going to go over the ULTY trades and holdings for July 8th. Just a reminder, I'm not a qualified licensed investment or financial advisor. I just gather the data and present it to you. YieldMax ETFs are extremely risky. Make sure you've read through the prospectus and understand the risk involved for investing in these. All right, so when I did this last night, I was extremely tired coming back from the park, and I didn't finish ULTY, but I didn't realize is that I didn't do a daily tab, and I'd barely done touch the trades and didn't even touch the holdings. So today it's taken me a lot this past hour to get this sort of cleaned up and figure out what's going on, but I didn't have a daily tab, so we'll just be doing trades and holdings. So I'm going to just scroll through here so you can see, but these are all the trades from yesterday. The only one that seems odd is Zim at the bottom with the stock and no short call with it. Other than that, there's lots of closed stuff, but they're not closing out any of the positions, just a portion of them. And then some of these may seem a little off too if they were assigned on the weekend, which I don't really have time, to scrub this and do that at this point, so I do apologize. But we also have some new tickers in here, as you can see. We'll go over those on the holdings as well. But I just wanted, and you know what? I just realized I forgot to change the prices in this column because obviously it's right on the stocks when you buy it, but when you sell the stock, it's not negative, right? And I don't know why I don't just fix that formula, but I usually change that manually. So let me do that real quick. All right, so I apologize for that. So I'll scroll down through here one more time in case you want to pause and look at any of these, especially with the right positive or negative in front of them, right? All right. So I wanted to show you that, but I think I've verified that all of the ones that are closed are also showing on the holdings. So we'll go over here to our holdings. And the first thing we want to look at is our new tickers, the ones that are new to ULTY. So let's look at that here. So we have AMSC. Sorry, I can't make this go away. There we go. AMSC, which says here, I don't know why the name's not pulling over. But the name was American. Hold on, let's see if I still have it pulled up. That's Vista Corp. Because I have to look these up to see what all the CUSIPs are when the trades happen. So it's American Semiconductor. Yeah, I don't know why why that's not pulling in. But anyway, American Superconductor. I don't know what I was reading. American Superconductor. All right. And then Billy, entertainment industry. And then we have Elf Beauty down here. I usually highlight them. I'm sorry I didn't do that this time. And let's see. And VST, which is Vistra Core. I don't know why I said Vista a while ago. But Vistra Core. Independent Power and Renewable Electricity. So we have that one, electricity. Then we have electrical equipment for Sunrun. I'm just curious now looking at these. And then ENVX, which is electrical equipment. And then we have AMSC, which is electrical equipment. So interesting. So I got to learn some new names here. Of course, Billy is going to be easy, right? And then I can get the American. I just got to remember to say superconductor versus semiconductor. And then we had Elf Beauty. That's going to be easy. And Vistra Core. I remember to say Vistra, not Vista. All right. So if we look here, we can see our trades. AMSC is brand new, but we have 3,029 contracts here. The short call here won't expire until next week. We have a $29 strike price, and we're currently underneath that 3%. Then we have ARM. You can see they closed out of 114 contracts and then sold that stock to go with that. So, and this is because, and you can't see it because I didn't do a daily, but this is so they can, do it more equally weighted. And I'll actually show you what this is showing as of today. It's not going to be exactly, but you see how all these are about 7.8 million here. Average almost 7.9 is what we're looking at for our average for our weighting, and you can sort of tell by looking at the cents as well. So that's why, if you're wondering why they're selling out of some of these, but you can see that 114. Well, they're also selling out of it because they're adding additional tickers to here, right? So they're going to sell some of the old ones they have for the new ones to free up some cash if they didn't already have that cash available. So ARM closing out the 114 contracts. We have the short call that will expire this Friday with 187.50 strike price. We're underneath that 3%. And you can see we have 433 contracts left there. So then we have Space Mobile, same thing. They closed out of 1,809 contracts there. It leaves us with 6,482 contracts. But we have a short call that expires Friday with a 12.50 strike price, and we're currently underneath that 4%. Then we have Billy, which is brand new. And that's not right. Because the number of stock shares is more than the contract shares. Let's check something out here real quick. Billy. And yes, that's what they did. Is that half? It looks like it's half. But usually they don't do halves like that on a Monday, so that is very interesting. Let me get my handy dandy calculator out. 495.7 divided by 2 is 2,479. Yeah, that's exactly 50. So that tells me there should be a trade today for the other half of those, because they usually, they haven't been doing that with this fund, but it looks like they may be changing that. Why did I put green? I meant to do yellow. There we go. So since it's exactly half, I assume it's intentional that it was done that way, which means, like I said, so we should have another trade tonight, I expect. But I don't know where I left off at or where I was at. So let's just go Billy with a short call of 17.50, and we're below that by 3%. And then we have Kava Group. They closed 15,000 of the stock and bought 827 contracts. So I guess we had contracts that expired worthless last week. And if I said bought, I apologize, because obviously this is short call. This is the premium that they would have received. But I should have said position. So they have a new 827 shares or contracts added to the position. All right, so, and actually I look over here, this says they only have 827. Yeah, so it must mean all of them expired worthless. Gotcha. Okay, sorry about all the scrolling back and forth here. If y'all don't know, for those of you that may be new, I don't really review these until I'm reviewing them with you. So I don't even know what's out there. I get surprised sometimes. But then we have Kava Group here. I'm sorry, that was the 827. I don't know where I was at. But Kava Group strike price is 101. Strike price, we're currently underneath that by 10%. And then Clean Spark. So you can see we have a similar thing here. Because this one was for 5,207, which means that our short call must have expired last week. So they did that, and then they also added 66,000 contracts to CleanSpark stock shares. But we have the 16.50 strike price there. We're currently underneath that by 7%. And then we have coin here. Yep, so this must have expired worthless because now we have 365 contracts on our, sorry, I guess I could use this, 365 contracts that are brand new, and then they added 1,600 to the shares that they already had. So you can see that here. And they have a strike price of 235, and we're currently underneath that by 6%. Then we have Carvana, so they ended up closing out at 99 contracts and settling 9,900 shares, bringing that down to 642 contracts. So we have a 132 strike price. We're currently underneath that 7%. Then we have our brand new one here, Elf Beauty, 393 contracts. The short call will expire this Friday with a 212.50 strike price, which we're currently underneath 2%. Then we have ENVX. They closed out 1,165 contracts. Their short call here doesn't expire till Friday with a $17 strike price, and we were over that by 7:20 at the end of yesterday. And then if we go over Hims and Hers, they must have expired worthless because we have a new short call, 3,811 contracts, but they closed out 62,700 of the shares. So they actually made almost 1.4 million yesterday there. But you can see that leaves them with 3,811 contracts. But the $22 short call strike, and we're underneath that by 7%. Then we have HUT 8. They closed out of 363 contracts here. And this one is the one that carried over this week. But you can see here now they have 4,743 contracts. Short call expires Friday with a 17.50 strike price, which we're currently under by 7%. And then we have Mara here. This one must have expired worthless last week because now we have a new one for 4,072 contracts. They added 40,600 shares. So if we scroll on over, we can see Mara with the 4,072 contracts remaining, with the short call expiring this Friday with the $21 strike, which we're currently under 8%. Then we have MicroStrategy here, expired worthless last week, so we have 61 contracts now. It looks like they added 300 shares here to the stock. So we have a total of just the 61 contracts with 6,100 shares. All right. So that has us at a $1,400 strike price, which we're currently under by 8%. Then we have Reddit. They closed out 150 contracts. And, of course, selling out some of the stock to go with that. And if you don't remember, so you'd have to go back to Friday's video, which was actually posted yesterday, and I don't even know when because the internet is so bad here. But they ended up actually rolling some of these last week, which is a first for them for ULTY. So that's why some of these are already here this week. But now they're closing out of a lot of them. So I don't know if it was beneficial to roll a lot of those over. If now we're selling out of them, I don't know if we're selling out of them positively or negatively without going back and comparing these. But anyway, Reddit $80 strike price. We're currently underneath that 11%. Then we have Sunrun. You can see they They closed out 1,539 contracts along with the shares to go with it. And Sunrun has now 6,379 contracts with a $13 strike price, which we were over by 13 cents at the close of yesterday. And then SMCI, they closed out of 24 contracts and 2,400 shares. And then you can see here the strike price is $875, which they were over by 2%. And they're only left with 89 contracts there. And then Tesla here, they closed out of 82 short calls and 8,200 stock with a strike price of $250. Which we were over yesterday. Wow, I didn't realize Tesla got up to 263. Oh, that sort of makes me sick at my stomach. When you sell stuff and you wish you hadn't have. But of course, if I hadn't have sold it, the stock would have went down. So, right, that's what always happens with me. But anyway, they have 317 contracts left with a 255 strike price, which are currently over 3%. Sorry if I just said that. Then we have Vistra. Heck, I already forgot. Vistra Core. Okay. So then those, of course, are brand new. So then we go over here. We can see the short call strike price is $97 with a 2%. Under that 2%. Now, here's where I was saying Zim, they added to the stocks, but I did not see a short call on the trades for this one, like any short calls. So right now it's just the stock. And maybe I should go back to the Friday one. Which one was that? Oh, shoot. My short-term memory here. Zim. So Zim was not one of the ones that they actioned, that they traded on Friday. So maybe they got assigned on this one and I guess just didn't realize it when they did the trades and bought more stock to match what they thought they still had. So let's look here. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So yeah, we still had the stock there, but no short call. Let's go back one more. So they did have 4,057 contracts, which must have expired worthless. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but that's sort of the oddball standing out here. Anyway, I wanted to do that real quick. Hopefully this doesn't take all day to upload again. I do apologize that the internet here sucks really bad. I couldn't even do it with my phone. It wouldn't do any better. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for sticking with me and sticking it out through all of my issues the past few weeks and vacations and everything. But I appreciate all of you. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.